Big tech companies rarely leave things to chance. When a new AI model launches, it arrives wrapped in months of careful PR, slick keynotes, and sanitized press releases. On May 1, 2026, Google broke that protocol. Without a single blog post or announcement, the company accidentally published a highly experimental application directly onto the public Android Play Store. They called it COSMO. The Play Store listing showed the package bypassed the standard consumer software division, piping straight out of Google research. The company quickly realized the mistake and scrubbed the app from the internet. Before it disappeared, developers caught the file size, a massive 1.13 gigabytes. A standard text-based chatbot interface is usually only a few megabytes. A gigabyte-heavy download means the AI model itself was crammed into the file, proving this leak contained an entirely different class of technology. Usually, an AI application on your phone sends data over the internet to a giant centralized server cluster that does the thinking. COSMO inverted that architecture by shrinking that server room down, placing a localized model directly onto the phone's silicon. We know this because of a settings menu buried in the leaked code, called the fulfillment model. It gave developers 3 routing options: hybrid, PI-only, and nano-only. Selecting nano-only severs the internet connection entirely, forcing the system to rely exclusively on local hardware to answer complex questions and execute tasks. Placing the brain directly on the device solves a massive bottleneck. It removes the latency of a web connection, allowing the software to constantly digest a user's private, real-time data without uploading their entire life to a corporate server. To see what COSMO actually does with that data, we can look at its internal list of skills. A few are basic chatbot functions, like defining complex jargon. The rest cross the line into active autonomy. One skill, browser agent, assumes control and automates web navigation itself. Then there's the calendar event suggester. If you agree on a meeting time in a chat, COSMO automatically drafts the calendar entry without manual input. To do that, the system requires constant context. The leak reveals the dedicated modules for people understanding and fun understanding, meaning the software maintains a persistent, ongoing awareness of who you are talking to and what is happening in your life. When you finish a chat or close a window, skills like recall and conversation summary instantly log the interaction and build a condensed record of the exchange. You do not prompt this kind of software. These modules describe an invisible entity built to run silently in the background, observe your behavior, and execute logistics on your behalf. Google pulled COSMO from the Play Store almost immediately. This leak occurred on May 1st, just days before the company's massive Google I/O developer conference. What the tech industry is building right now is a total inversion of how we use computers. We are moving away from typing commands into a search bar and toward delegating authority to active digital proxies. A tool that automatically summarizes your conversations and builds out your schedule cannot live in a single application. It has to be integrated deeply into the structural foundation of the mobile operating system itself. Google's experimental app was never meant to be downloaded by consumers today. Its 1.1 gigabyte file size simply left behind a clear blueprint of the digital assistants we will all be carrying in our pockets tomorrow.